Good afternoon, Raider Nation. We are live. We apologize. It seems like when we're here in Columbus, we just start right when it starts. We've been trying to work out a few kinks as usual, but we are live from Columbus, Georgia in the Elite Eight, the first game for the Lady Raiders. We are a home team versus Armuchee High School out of Rome, Georgia. Bree Harper is on the mound for the Lady Raiders. Again, we're trying to catch our breath here. Hopefully the connection is going to hold out for us as we have a good broadcast, and the ball is slapped down that left field line for strike one. To count 1-1 now, I believe. Again, we are GoProing it from behind the backstop. I know that you're not going to be able to see a whole lot outside the outfield or outside of the infield, but we're going to do the best I can to describe what's going on to you as it happens. There's an outside pitch by Bree Harper, and Snell is behind the plate. Strozier at third, Johnson at short, Taz at second, and Ashley Durrance at first base. And here's the next pitch for a strike, and it's going to be in play. Unable to make a play is Johnson as she fires over toward the fence line there. Left field is Sadie Adams. In center, Zoe Hodges, and in right field we have Clement. Dusty, dry here, but it's cool, nice weather. Sunshine, blue skies, Columbus, Georgia. At the softball complex, the South Commons. There's a big changeup that's going to be high in the zone. That's going to be full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Again, I want to welcome you here on the NFHS Network, powered by Play On Sports. My name is Brent Johnson. Oh, there's going to be a first walk, a leadoff walk. I've got to the lineup for this Armuchee team. Skinner just drew the walk. Fallon is up to the plate, and Pook is on deck. I hope I'm pronouncing. There's a bunt, and we're going to get the sure out at first as the sacrifice was in play. Nothing spectacular about this Armuchee team that we have discovered. Just a solid softball team that plays in a pretty competitive region, especially with Rockmart, who is #1 in the state and ranked very high in the nation, actually, in ladies fast pitch softball. There's a little high changeup there by Bree. Again, Bree's probably got a little nerves. Only a sophomore. She got some experience as a freshman here last year, pitching in the final game of our of the series that we played here against Dodge County. And so, she'll work out a few bugs and swing and a miss by number 20. 1 ball, 1 strike now for Harper. Runner at second, swing and a miss, but it gets past Snell. The runner will advance to third. This ball is lifted to right field out of play. Go through a series of sponsors. Couldn't be here in part by them. This ball is going to be chopped to the third baseman. Looking home, we fire home, and it's going to be safe. It's going to be the first run of the game. Might have been a play there on the third baseline and a possible run down, but we did get this sure out, but nevertheless a run scores. 1-0 here early in the top of the first. Pass ball a moment ago allowed the runner to advance to third in scoring position. And if I'm pronouncing this young lady's name correctly, it's Pook. And she's going to chop it foul with Kinsley on deck. This ball is hit to the third baseman, Strozier. She fires to first. So 4 up, 3 down for the Raiders. However, a run does score. And we trail 1-0 as we head to the bottom half of the first inning. But a solid inning for the Lady Raiders. The bugs are worked out. Shouldn't be any more nerves as they come to the plate. And again, I want to mention our year-long athletic sponsors. That'll be Andy Cawthorn Auto Sales, and I'll speak more specifically about them later. That's Family Vision Care of Alma, and that's Miss Lisa Coley at Coley Electric and Plumbing Supply. But I also, specifically just for this series, this Elite Eight appearance in Columbus, I want to thank these very special sponsors, and that's FNB South, that's the Harper family at H&R Equipment Sales, that's Subway of Alma, Wheeler Insurance, the Blueberry Barn, Nichols Pharmacy, Pineland Bank of Alma, Burt CPAs, and Mr. Joel Williams Insurance out of Nichols, Georgia there. And, again, I want to thank each and every one of them. I'll be hammering those home throughout this game and definitely the next. Let me tell you a little bit more about this series here in the Elite Eight. It is a double elimination. You want to stay in that winner's bracket as long as possible. 3 games gets you to the championship game, 3 wins. The Lady Raiders play today at 3 p.m., which we've started. And if we win, we will play the winner of Dodge and Rockmart at 9 p.m. this evening. And if we were to lose today's game, we won't play again until tomorrow, Friday, at 12 noon. But we're going to start off here in the bottom of the first inning. Taz Whitley comes to the plate, a senior batting about .475 with 10 home runs on the season, and she is so dangerous as a leadoff hitter. And we're going to see you see the dust there coming around. This ball is hammered to the second baseman. 1 hop, 1 out for the Lady Raiders as she swings at the first pitch. And I don't know if I want to try to Shinklester, Shinister. The writing on this roster I'm looking at here, I just can't quite make it out. I think it's Shinholster. Maybe that's it. Shinholster is the pitcher of record for Armuchee. And a big swing and a miss by Zoe Hodges. And we don't live and die on our hitting, but we give ourselves a much better chance when we put the bat on the ball. And I guess most teams could say that, but we are a good hitting team. That ball's outside. I don't see anything overpowering just yet from this young lady on Armuchee. But I know that our ladies can hit the ball. And if we do, we usually win. Another swing and a miss on that outside corner. It's going to be second out of the inning real quick. 2 up, 2 down for the Lady Raiders. It's going to bring Aniston Johnson, AJ, to the plate. Just a sophomore. She has the ability to tie this game up with 1 swing of the bat. And she's going to foul this one off. It's going to be a headache for somebody. And that's the only dangerous thing about this park is these backstops are just 25, 30 yards apart. And we're in a section here where there's a ton of people outside of these fences. And there's a strike over the plate. Going to be no balls, 2 strikes. And that ball outside there. Big shout out to Ray and Sheila Taylor. They're even out of town in Helen in the mountains this weekend, but they are watching the Lady Raiders live from Columbus, Georgia at the Elite Eight. Swing and a miss by Johnson. 3 up, 3 down for the Raiders. And again, I'm not nervous by no means. It's early. We're going to the top of the second, trailing 1-0. We're going to take a quick break and honor our sponsors. All right, we're back here in the top of the second inning. It's Watson to the plate, Lewis on deck, and Carney in the hole. Just outside. Again, we are perched behind home plate. Pretty good view there. I'm looking on the screen from see a little bit of the fencing. I apologize for that. But, folks, if you've never been here, this ball is popped to the third baseman. She makes the play. Great pitch by Bree. Jams her. Again, there's 9 softball fields here, and we would play on any given one. And it's laid out, and we already know which fields we're going to be on, but up until last year, we literally ran 400 or 500 feet of coax to get a camera in the outfield, and it was just crazy to set that up within about 20 minutes between these games. So I come up with the idea with the GoPro and 3D printed a device for it to mount on the fence, and here we go. So it's not the greatest picture that we've ever given, but it is a view of the infield, and I'll do my best to describe. There's a ball was chopped down the right field line. It's going quickly. 0-2 now is the count with 1 out here in the top of the second. Now, if you're just joining us, the Lady Raiders trail 1-0 in here this game 1 for us. Change up, beautiful pitch, strikes her out. And here comes number 12 to the plate. And this is Carney, and Allman is in the hole. Excuse me. Allman is on deck. Carney is at bat, and Sanford is in the hole. Swing and a miss. Good pitch down low in the zone. 1 ball, 1 strike. Again, Harper on the mound, Snell behind the plate. There's a good pitch, just either high or outside, I'm not sure from our angle. A good location. Test, yep. Another pop-up. Oh, just turned Ashley around. It's going to be just an infield base hit there. I'm not sure. It was just a tough play for Ashley as she turned around. Ball's in her, the sun's in her face. It might actually, as far a run as it would have been, it likely could have been Taz's ball. just with a better angle. But nonetheless, we're going to have a base runner here with 1 out, top of the second, and we're actually going to get a courtesy runner. I want to see if I can get maybe get a number on this young lady. Number 5, and that is Powell. I want to welcome anyone from Armuchee area for watching, and any across the state. There'll be anywhere from 300 to 500 people watching live this event, so I hope I can do it somewhat justice. And this is Allman at the plate, number 10. Maybe Bree trying to figure out the umpire. She's throwing some really good pitches really close to the plate. I guess they're not over the plate. That's a good pitch. She pumps it in. 2 balls, 1 strike. Want to thank Carson Taylor and Johnny Bryant for being here with me from my engineering and technology department, and more specifically TSA members of this ball's a line drive. Base hit up the middle, just past the reaching glove of Taz. All right, with 2 outs now, we have 2 on. It's going to be number 3 coming to the plate, and that's Whitney Sanford. She is the right fielder. Let's see if we can get out of this inning without getting back to the top of the lineup. Ball just high. Got a tight strike zone here. In the past couple series that we played, it seems that at least one of the umpires or all of the umpires would either give you an inside, maybe a little off the plate, or outside, a little off the plate. But right now we're looking at – she got a tight strike zone here. And I guess offensively it's good for both teams as long as they're consistent. But what you're going to see is some probably more walks than not. Another ball just a little high in the zone. But what that can do is frustrate a pitcher. 2 balls. 3 balls and no strikes. Number 9 hitter. There's ball 4. Bases loaded. Bree is close. I want to take a moment to mention my sponsors once again. I want to talk just a moment about Mr. Andy Cawthorn Auto Sales. By the way, Andy, typically when we take long trips like this, whether it's softball, baseball, and sometimes on football, we get a loaner vehicle from him that he more than willing allows us to drive, and we're really appreciative of that. And Mr. Andy he does a great job supporting Bacon County athletics, and that starts at the recreational level all the way through varsity sports. And we really, really appreciate him coming on board with BCTV Productions this year and being a year-long sponsor for everything that we do, that we broadcast live and do on demand. All right, here we go. We're back to the top of that lineup. Number 31 is Skinner, and she had a leadoff walk. I haven't seen anything really impressive thus far from this lineup as we went through it one time. I don't see really aggressive type hitting. Maybe that's not their style. Obviously, they're pretty disciplined because of not swinging at some good-looking pitches. We're just not getting a call. Another low pitch. Nowhere to put her. That's 6 balls in a row that's been thrown. Let our defense do the work. And there's a strike on that outside corner. I wasn't sure there for a second she was going to call it, but there's a strike on that outside corner. Man, if she can come back and get her here, fire Bree up in our offense as we come to the bottom of the second, but we got to take care of business right here in the top as we trail 1-0 early. There's a changeup on that inside corner, but just won't get the call. Wow. That brings the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. This ball is going to be lifted out of play into the trees. Nobody hurt. I actually might can field it right here, and I do. Rolled right back here to us. Should have kept it as a souvenir. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Oh, swinging a foul ball. Strike on that outside corner. Oh, no. Are you kidding me? Wow. I mean, that's tough. I tell you what we're going to have to do offensively, we're going to have to watch some pitches because with this tight strike zone, hopefully it goes both ways. We may see some similar results, but Bree walks in after she throws 3 really good pitches. 2-0, 2 outs, bases still loaded, and there's a strike, I think. Yeah, there we go. I mean, it's almost as if you got to throw it, right down the pipe to get a strike called. Looked like the same pitch that was before, but that was called a strike. I'm glad it was. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs here. Top of the second, 2 in total. This ball is lifted in a shallow right center. Schuyler makes the play. Great defensive play there by that young lady to end this inning. Now it's time for the Lady Raiders to go to work, but we're going to take a quick break and honor our sponsors. Be back in just a moment. All right, here we are back. Bottom of the second inning. Live on the NFHS Network, powered by Play On Sports. From Columbus, Georgia, the Elite Eight, the GHSA State Fast Pitch Softball Tournament. I'm a little frustrated, and I shouldn't be. It's early, but I am because of the type of strike zone it appears we're going to have is very tight. And as long as we get it both ways and our Lady Raiders will be patient, we might be able to. And she slams this one down the right field line. It's going to be foul. Another first pitch swing. As Bree was all around that tight strike zone. And then, we get 2 outs. The next thing you know, we walk a run in. And again, on some very good pitches it appeared. But 0-1 count to Bree. We'll get over that and move forward. And she's able to hold up on a high pitch. Hopefully our Lady Raiders won't be over anxious. Be patient. We might can draw a few walks, put some pressure on their defense. Oh, it hits her in the ribs. Ouch. I know that hurt. She's toughing it out as she's walking down the line. I hope she's okay. I think her adrenaline has got her pumped up. Looks like we'll have a courtesy runner, and she'll get to come in, take some deep breaths. Just hit her very solid, and a lot of times that's actually even better. It's like we got Doodle. Johnson's going to come and be our pinch runner, and she's very swift. So we have our leadoff runner on with Ashley Durrance coming to the plate as the wind has died down quite a bit. Really, there's no wind at all.
Got to be patient, Ashley.
I haven't mentioned Coach Poff and her staff. Boy, what a great job she's done this year as she's come in and taken over the reins of this Lady Raider program that's been so successful this past decade, trying to get past, here in Columbus, trying to get past get to that fourth game. I think we've yet to play a fourth game here, I believe, here at the dance, and we're trying to get to that elusive fourth game that maybe would get us a chance to play Saturday. There's a swing and a miss on a strike. Or not a miss, I'm sorry, a foul ball. Strikeout there by Ashley Durrance. Sorry we had a momentary technical problem, as you will see that on your screen momentarily. Ball hitting the backstop kind of knocked my camera out of the chute there. Clements swinging a miss. One out now. One on. We need got to try to get Doodle over. She's got a lot of speed. We've got Gracie Hand, another sophomore, and Clement, a sophomore. We're hoping for some consistency here by the umpire, and I'd looked outside or comparable. Oh, boy. 2 outs as the called strikeout. Runner at first. So we're going to have to swing the bat. We're not going to be able to watch. Maybe my advice was wrong. We're going to have to be really aggressive here. And a swing and a miss. She was under it. Strozier on deck. Hand at the plate. Swing and a miss on that outside corner. And she throws it down the right field line. She's got to get up and go. And barely gets under the tag. Now she's in scoring position if Gracie can put it in play. Strike 3. Going to leave a runner stranded at second. Ladies trail 2-0 here, and we're just trying to alleviate some nerves, maybe. And hopefully it's going to translate here in just a moment. I got a feeling Bree is going to be spot on this time forward. She just got hit in the ribs, and I got a feeling she's ready to rock and roll now. We're going to take a quick break and be back in just a moment. Go. Top of the third. This game's going quickly, actually. Fallon to the plate. I believe, I apologize, when I took a picture of the lineup for this Armuchee team, my thumb was over 2 numbers. I believe this is Fallon. The second baseman, and Pook is on deck, the catcher. We just can't get a call anywhere close. I'm concerned about that. And they're disciplined enough not to swing at anything that's not right over the plate, and it's going to hit her off the knee. She'll take take the base. Umpire walking the ball out. Not sure what type of conversation she wants to have. I know Bree was hit the previous inning, but I know there was no retaliation there. Anyway, 15's coming to the plate for, and I'm sorry. Yes, Kinsley. That was 20. Pook. I apologize. I knew I'd missed it. All right, looks like Taz is going to come in. And as she warms up, we're going to take another quick break here on the NFHS and be back in just a moment. This is Pook coming to the plate. Taz Whitley's going to take the mound. Harper would be able to re-enter if need be. I think Coach probably wanted to try and save Taz for tonight, but you got to win. Each game is equally important. And there's a strike over that outside corner. Taz has a little bit more heat than Bree. Bree, it seems like all around, not wild at all, but just all around this tight strike zone. And again, give this team credit for being disciplined enough not to swing at those close pitches. 1 on, no outs. Excuse me, there's no outs, and it's 0-2 count. Top of the third. Try to get an update on the Dodge Rock Mart. This ball is lifted into right field. Should be a can of corn for Clement, and she squeezes it for the out. That is the first out of the inning. Again, I said something earlier, and I'm careful how I use my words because I don't want to demean or to sound ugly by no means, but I didn't see a swing by any of these Armuchee players that just blew me out of the water, that struck fear in my heart that, they're going to overpower us at the plate. I think if we throw strikes and play good defense, we're going to be okay. We just got to, we got to score some runs now, as we are down 2-0 here in the top of the third, early still. There's a bunt that's foul. Get them on, get them over, get them in is the philosophy by a lot of teams. 1 ball, 1 strike. And there's a strike on that outside corner, but that ball was a little off the plate, so I could see that one. Need a big strikeout here. Boy, that would go a long ways for a lot of things. There's a changeup. Again, Taz, only one of 3 seniors on this team that play. Brianna Booth suffered an injury about halfway through the season that ended her senior year. Broken hand. Snell behind the plate. Taz on the mound now. Ball's going to get past her. It's going to allow the runner to advance to second with only 1 out. Wind blowing directly in from center field now. This ball is slapped fouled on that left field line. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The only other senior is Ashley Durrance at first base. Swing and a miss on that outside corner. What a great pitch by Taz. Now, it would have been called a ball by this umpire, but just great placement. She took it just a little bit off, and she could not lay off of it. Number 11 comes to the plate now. Lewis. And this ball is fouled. Taz looks pretty sharp out here thus far. I did overhear one of the parents say a moment ago, strike on that outside corner. One of the parents mentioned that they might be able to hit Taz better because she throws faster, but it hasn't translated thus far. Oh, 2 outs. There's that changeup to Strozier. She fires over to first for the 3rd out of the inning. No harm, no foul there. As Taz comes in and cleans it up. We're going to be coming up to the latter part of the lineup. Should be Strozier, Adams, and then back to the top with Taz. Pretty good 3 there to go. We're going to take another quick break on the NFHS Network, powered by Play on Sports. Bottom of the 3rd inning. Lady Raiders trail 2 here. Just nothing concerning just yet. The way the way those runs are scored, or even offensively here, I got a feeling maybe Strozier's going to make something happen here with a pitcher that's on the mound, not overpowering. Strozier, then Adams. And then we're back to the top with Taz. Swing and a miss on a high ball. We got to be a little bit more disciplined than that, or they won't throw anything over the plate for us to hit. Inside corner for a strike. Quickly 0-2, and that seems like where our Lady Raiders have been throughout the lineup, is just quickly 0-2 counts. Outside corner, 3 pitches, and that's another strikeout. And if by my count, that's 4 for the Lady Raiders. And we're just now getting to the bottom of the lineup with Sadie, our only southpaw hitter, Sadie Adams. And we're not a strikeout team. You got to think. Another outside pitch, but Sadie slaps at it for 0-2 quickly again. Headache behind us as it's going to be 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, bottom of the 3rd. Trying to get some base runners, trying to get back to Taz here at the top of the lineup. She will get an at bat, but will she have a base runner? Ball outside. Another ball out of play. Headache. Luckily, the ball is not going where folks are. This ball is in the shallow left field. She's able to make the play for the 2nd out of the inning. Taz comes back to the top. 2 outs here. Ooh, and she nearly takes one off the knee. She grounded out with the very first pitch of the game, and she swings at a high ball here, and it's again, we're going to have to settle down just a little bit. Long ball game to go. Another ball has popped up. It's going to be out of play. Hanging tough. Again, not a lot of, unless she's got some funky spin on the ball, it's not unhittable stuff. But we've yet to hit one real solid. Ball's outside. And they've scouted us enough to know that Taz is dangerous. 10 home runs on the season, batting about 465, 475. And she slams this one in the left field. It's going a long ways. She's going to turn it on, stretch those long legs out for a double with 2 outs. But it's going to bring Zoe Hodges to the plate. And this is a girl that just gets it done when she needs to. Runner at second now with 2 outs, but base hit can score Taz potentially with AJ on deck. We've done a lot of damage this year with 2 outs. AJ smiling at me down there from the on deck circle. And this ball is hitting the right field, shallow. It's going to be tough. Oh, and it's going to be foul. Just foul. That's a hit that we needed. And Taz was nearly at home by the time it hit the dirt because she's going to be running on anything. And again, Zoe, a sophomore, and you'll continue to hear me say that, folks. We just riddled with freshmen and sophomore. 3 seniors, no juniors. And she lifts this one out of play. Ball outside. She was able to lay off. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Man, a big 2 out here would be just what the doctor ordered. Ball inside, and it gets away, and Taz is going to make it easily to third. And now a base hit definitely scores a run. Pass ball scores a run. Understanding Dodge is leading Rockmart, number 1 Rockmart, over here on field 3, 3-2, or at least that's what the score was. This ball is going to be lifted into right center, and it's going to be caught. But we made them nervous, and I think maybe we can continue to get a few jitters out as we work them out. Trailing 2-0 here, and as we head to the top of the 4th, we're going to take a quick break, honor our sponsors, and be back in just a moment. All right, I need to correct myself real quick. It's 3-2 Rockmart. We wasn't sure who the home or the away team were there. But your Lady Raiders trail 2-0 here in the top of the 4th. As Taz Whitley came in the top of the 3rd and closed things out. Let's see what happens through the latter part of this lineup here as we're at number 12. And number 12 is Erin Carney. And she is the starting pitcher, a pitcher of record, trying to help herself. Strike right down the pipage. Another foul ball. Swing and a miss for the first out of the inning. And a 3-up, 3-down would be pretty nice right at this moment. Here's number 10 as Allman comes to the plate, the shortstop. On deck is Sanford. Strike. She just pumps it in there. Nice change up. She takes a little bit off. Fools number 10 for the second strike. And Taz is, man, she's lights out right now. This ball is grounded to deep short. She fires over to first in the stretch. Oh, and she's not able to hold on. There's an error on the first baseman. Runner at first with one out. Taz has pitched beautifully thus far in about an inning of work now, total. This is Sanford, and Skinner is on deck, which is back to the top of the lineup. Strike on that inside corner. There's going to be a steal. Runner in scoring position now, more importantly, there. Swing and a miss for strike three. Again, I have yet to see this team, but they're beating us offensively now, 2-0. But I just haven't seen some great quality swings yet by this lineup, and we've been through it nearly twice now, or we have actually, as we're back to the top of the lineup in Skinner. And she squares the bunt with 2 outs, which is rare. Armuchee out of Rome, Georgia. Outside corner for a strike. And it was outside. Maybe we're starting to get a call or two. Two strikes quickly now as Taz works. Outside corner, just a little off the plate. Inside and low. It's going to be 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Trailing 2-0. Bunch of 2s on the board, except for that 4 spot in the inning. The ball low. Skinner takes the count to full. And then she slaps it. Fires to first. Stretch, and she is out. What a great play as he hammers her. Great play by Strozier. Tough hop. She's able to gather it up and fire it over to first to end the inning. I want to audibly thank the sponsors that sponsored us just for this trip to the Elite Eight. And I want to thank each and every one of them personally for helping to provide the opportunity for us to be here. And that's F&B South, the Harper family, Subway of Alma. And that's the theme of Alma, Wheeler Insurance, Mr. Mike Wheeler, the Blueberry Barn. And she wanted me to put a plug in for her. Go by and check out her Christmas stuff. She has blueberry Christmas stuff. Stop by and see Miss Ann Wiles. Nichols Pharmacy. I want to thank Miss Ann there as well. Ann Scott, the pharmacist there in Nichols, for being a part of our broadcast. Pineland Bank, Burt CPAs, and Joel Williams Insurance. I want to thank all of them for jumping on board without hesitation to help bring you, hopefully, a decent presentation from Columbus, Georgia. I want to thank our year-long sponsor. And before I go any further, I need to thank Mr. Chris Wilcox Communications, along with Aloha Tanning Salon, and his wife. I want to thank her and Compass 360 Realty for providing this stream. Now, you guys at home, I'll throw it out there, you're about 5, 6, 7 minutes behind us on this broadcast because I had to dial back the bit rate a little bit because of the poor connection that we have this year. It's not for the modem that provided by Wilcox Communications. It's just for the local towers, I guess. We had a little bit better connection here last year that I remember, but hopefully everything's okay and you won't fuss at me too bad. But here we go. Number 3, Aniston Johnson comes to the plate here in the bottom of the 4th. These Lady Raiders can pile on runs quick. Let's hope it starts here. There's a high changeup. And if there's any pitch that Aniston might struggle with, it is the slower pitch, a changeup type, or either a slow pitch or period. And she's going to, again, another little flare in the outfield. Oh, and the ball's going to stop or drop. That no man's land, seeing eye single. Folks, we'll take it any way you get it when you get to this level. And I know Aniston's not real happy with that. She likes to stroke them. But we got a runner on base now with no outs, just like last inning, as Bree took one for the team in the ribs. Folks, if you've never been here, you hear cheers and jeers all around. It reminds me of like a golf course. If you're watching a golf tournament on television like the Masters, and you hear in the background cheering and hollering, there's softball going everywhere. There's a bunt by Bree, and she's going to be safe at first. Everybody, oh, no, we got to run down. She's safe at third. No! How could she be out? Base running mistake there, unfortunately. I thought she got her hand in at third base. Bree's going to be safe at first. Boy, we had an issue with this, very similar issue at home last week when we were playing Screven County, a very scrappy team. Had a chance there to have 2 on with no outs. Kind of took the air out of us a little bit there, and I still thought Aniston had a chance to even be safe at third, but they were able to get the tack down, I guess, as the umpire was right on it. Breed made no attempt to get over to second during all that process, but so here we stand with 1 out, a runner on, and Ashley comes to the plate. And Ashley, she hasn't struggled, but she just hasn't been quite herself at the plate of recent. Let's see if she can snap out of it as she yanks this one into the trees to the left. That's the Ashley we know. See if she can straighten that out and tie this ball game up with 1 swing. And there's a changeup for strike. Again, quickly 0-2 now. Suddenly this pitcher's throwing a few more changeups than she was the first time through the lineup. Takes a little off that one, and it's just on that off the outside corner. It's going to be 1 ball, 2 strikes. And there's another pop up. And anytime the ball comes back and behind us, man, anybody could get nailed. There's just hundreds and hundreds of folks here enjoying softball. Well, we have just a moment trying to collect some balls here. I want to thank Miss Lisa Coley at Coley Electric and Plumbing Supply. You know, talking about a hometown hero, you know, she's one that's her family-owned business. I know they have businesses all around South Georgia, but the one specifically in Alma, if I'm not mistaken, is where it all began. And I want to thank her for her support of BCTV Productions, her support of Lady Raider softball specifically, along with anything else that anybody else needs. Sorry about the blue screen of death. That's the only thing. I have to change the battery out during the games for that GoPro. Hopefully it'll hang in there. We did have a strikeout by Ashley now with 2 outs and 1 on. Clement. She slams it down the left field line, foul. Trying to make something happen now with 2 outs. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That's ball low. What a good eye by Clement. Again, bottom of the 4th. The Lady Raiders have 3 more opportunities, barring a barrage of runs by Armuchee. This ball is lifted in play. Oh, and dropped. Oh, wow. I mean, how close was that to being a fair ball? I mean, it wasn't, but how close? I mean, it's a game of inches. It's like football or anything else. I mean, 6 more inches to the left, and that's a fair ball. We have 2 runners on with 2 outs. And you got Hand coming to the plate, who's on deck for the Lady Raiders. And a swing and a miss. It's another strikeout. It's going to end the inning. We've had more strikeouts this game by the Lady Raiders than we have in probably the previous 4 games combined. Just not sure exactly what's going on. We'll have to dial it in. We're going to be back in just a moment. All right, top of the 5th inning. This game is moving along. Trailing 2-0, your Lady Raiders. This ball is chopped to Strozier's made about 4 outs today. There's a strike as she pumps it down the middle. 2 balls, 2 strikes. There's Strozier, another throw over to first base. Foul ball. Something's going on in the Dodge and Rockmart game. Maybe get an update there soon. There's Strozier again, fires over to first. That's literally her 6th, maybe 7th out that she has made. Great defense, and she scooped up some that's been tough hoppers. 2 up, 2 down. Number 15 comes to the plate now. And that's Cassidy Kinsley, the third baseman. This Taz has come in and done a fantastic job. Again, Bree didn't pitch bad. She was just all around that strike zone. We've got to get our bats going. That's the key. Trailing by 2, top of the 5th. There's a little change up there. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. I'm sorry, this is Pook at the plate and Kinsley on deck. Great catch there by the Sadie Adams just comes in. I didn't mention her earlier. She come in to play second base, and what a great catch there that she made, and Bree was in left field. The Lady Raiders are going to come up. Let's see if we can't get something happening right here. Be back in just a moment. All right, at the bottom of the 5th inning, Gracie Hand's going to lead off, and she has a big bat. All right. Swing at a high pitch. Got to be a little more patient. 1 ball, 1 strike. There we go. That was a strike in the zone, I would say. And Gracie was on it, just a little below it. Strozier on deck. There's a change up on that inside corner. She hits foul. Looking around at both teams. Both teams' pants are too clean. They need to get our girls need to dirty them up. We need to get some runs, get some base runners. And there's another strikeout, and we're making this girl look like she is Nolan Ryan out there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 strikeouts I have recorded. Strozier comes to the plate. And there's a swing and a foul ball. This ball is hit to the shortstop, and she gathers it up, throws her out. It's going to bring Sadie Adams. Sadie had a pop fly, her first at bat. Again, the Raiders are just going through the lineup for the second time, and we're in the bottom of the fifth. And that's what happens when you have a lot of strikeouts. Shout out to my wife and family back at home, Jessica and Kate and Sarah and Jake. And this ball is hammered, I would say, in the right field by Sadie. Is no throwing her out. A lot of speed with 2 outs. It's going to bring Taz to the plate. Taz has a chance to tie this ball game up with one swing as she ripped a double into left field earlier. Jake, Kate, and Sarah, I want to thank them for allowing me to come and do this. Will they pitch to her? And it's outside. Back to the top of the lineup. Ball outside, 2 balls. I'm just not sure if they're going to pitch to her. I hope they do. And she slams it into center field. This ball is back. Out of here. There's the home run to dead center, folks. 2-2 with 2 outs. She made a mistake, and I know it was a huge mistake by pitching to Taz with 2 outs. 11 home runs on the season. That's the offense we've come to expect from our Lady Raiders. It took 2 times through the lineup, but it's a new ball game here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Hodges to the plate. AJ on deck. Ball is lifted to center. It's going to be the 3rd out of the inning by Hodges. However, Raiders tack on 2 to make it a new ball game. We head to the top of the 6th. Feeling a little bit better here on the Bacon side. Be back in a moment. All right, here we go. Let's see if the Raiders can't shut them down another inning here. See if Taz will blow her back. And that's a good pitch on that outside corner. New ball game, 2-2 as we move to the top of the 6th. Great pitch on that outside corner as Taz is working both sides of the plate. Very similar to the pitcher of opposite for Armuchee. She chops this one to Taz. She's going to take her time, fire over to first for that first out of the inning. Again, solid defense by the Lady Raiders. We did have an error at first base earlier, but it didn't hurt us in that fourth inning. I've stopped calling out names. Sorry for the Armuchee. This is number 11. It's hard for me to stay focused. Just want to talk about our Lady Raiders. This is Harley Lewis. Carney on deck and Allman in the hole. Sort of difficult to see here as well as the sun is, and there may be some glare from the camera. I apologize for that. Again, a stationary GoPro attached to the fencing behind home plate. A 3D made device or a custom made designed harness for that camera to mount into. And there's a ball that's just a bit outside. Again, we win this game. If you're just joining us, we will play tonight at 9 o'clock against the winner. There's a good-looking pitch, just low in the zone. We will play tonight. We'll play the winner of Dodge and Rockmart over here beside us. If we lose, we will play tomorrow at 12 noon against the loser of Rockmart Dodge. And we're going to lose this young lady. She's going to go to first base on the walk. And Carney comes to the plate. Allman on deck. And Sanford in the hole. Here's the pitcher of record. Looks like we're going to get a designated runner. I believe that's number 7. Number 7. Number 1. I don't have a number. Yeah, I do. That's Katie. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that name. I tried it earlier. We'll just call her Katie. Strike on that outside corner. One on with one out here. We got to try to shut them down. This ball is going to be foul ball. Quickly 2 strikes now. And she struck out her previous at bat. It's like Rockmart might be pouring it on. I can't see a score, but I just see runners moving around the bases. Another foul ball. Send Carson over there to see if we can get a score on that game. Ball's high. Snell unable to make the catch. Runner at second, 1 out. Need to throw strikes. We just need to throw strikes, let our defense do the work. I don't think they can overpower us offensively. Oh, strike 3 rings her up. Great pitch by Taz right when we needed it. Rockmart leads Dodge 5-2. Good pitch on that outside corner. Ball low. We got to get it. Again, we don't need to. I just don't think it's like that team with Screven last week at game 2. We don't need to toy around with them offensively. We need to throw the ball over the plate, let them hit the ball, and let's play some defense. Just don't give them anything. There's a strike on that inside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs here. Top of the 6th. It'd be huge for the Lady Raiders to tie it up 2-2 and then come in and shut them down here in the top of the 6th. Swing and a miss, and she does it. Taz has pitched a whale of a game these last 3 innings, 3 at 2.5 innings, shutting this team down. I need to talk just briefly about another of our year-long athletic sponsors, and that is Drs. Hutto and McQuaig at Family Vision Care. I want to thank them for coming on board for the whole year. They understand the amount of, hopefully the impact that we make on our community and the people that we reach, especially at an event like this when hundreds of people will log on and watch our broadcast and hopefully see their advertisement, because, folks, you need to go by, if you haven't been on 32 Extension there through Alma, and see this facility they're in. They've been in it for nearly a year now. Just a phenomenal facility, but most importantly, it's who's working in there. It's the staff that they have. And it's more importantly these doctors and the care that they provide your eyes. And they're just passionate about what they do, and if you're in there just a few minutes, you'll understand what I'm talking about. So I want to thank them for being on board with us, along with Coley Electric and Plumbing Supply, along with Mr. Andy Cawthorn Auto Sales. We're going to take another quick break and be back in just a moment. All right, we're back in the bottom of the 6th. AJ's going to lead off here, and she had a C&I single her last at bat. She's wanting to pounce on one, and that ball's high in the zone for a ball. One swing of the bat, and we can take the lead from this young lady. And there's a big foul ball. Good swing, good cut. It's going to be 1-1. Ball out of the zone. A.J. Bree Endurance. Ball inside. Oh, called strike. Wow. 2 balls, 2 strikes. She goes outside for the strikeout. Boy, that's a big out for this Armuchee team. Bree's going to lift this one into shallow right field. It could be trouble. And she makes the play. Endurance with 2 strikeouts. You talk about somebody that's due. And she's had some decent at-bats. She needs to be solid here with 2 outs. See if we can get another rally going here. Foul ball. Quickly, no balls, 2 strikes. Outside corner. Again, Ashley with 2 strikeouts already. If they would make a mistake here, throw one over the plate, maybe she can make them pay. She calls strike 3 on that outside corner. She just can't pull the trigger. It's going to end the inning for the Lady Raiders. 3 up, 3 down. And we're going to go to the top of the 7th. 2-2. Let me talk about those sponsors one more time audibly before we might have a chance to go to a commercial. I want to thank all of these folks for coming on board and sponsoring this particular trip. And this is F&B South of Alma, the Harper family, Subway, Wheeler Insurance, Blueberry Barn, Nichols Pharmacy, and that's Miss Jan Scott. Big shout out to Jimmy Scott if he's back watching. I know they were on their way down to the Florida-Georgia game this weekend, pulling their camper, going to stay a few days. Shout out to that big guy. Pineland Bank, Burt CPA, and Joe Williams Insurance. I want to thank all of them for jumping on board, helping pay our way here. So there would be less of a burden on our school system. For me and these 2 guys, Carson Taylor and Johnny Bryant, I haven't said enough about them. Johnny, a sophomore, and Carson just a freshman, as they're part of my Technology Student Association as we represent here broadcasting live from Columbus. And here we go. Taz at the mound, and she's looked brilliant thus far. Number 3 to the plate. And this is the bottom of the lineup. It's Sanford, and she chops it foul for strike. And then we're back to the top of the lineup with Skinner.
Come back and see you after it's done.
Another foul ball. Quickly 0-2. All-important 7th inning. We got to shut them down here and come back and just all we need is 1 run to take this game. And we'll get a second game today at 9 p.m. tonight. This ball is foul again. The longer this game goes, folks, I'm going to go ahead and give you a little warning. Earlier we had a little blue screen issue, and that was because the battery died on the GoPro. The battery might die, and we have no way of knowing when it's going to happen until it does. But if it dies this time, we're going to quickly plug in a normal camera, and one of my guys we're going to manually hold it to where we can point it through these chain link fence. So we do whatever we can to make viewing possible for you back at home. No balls, 2 strikes, and a pop-up in play. Let's see if someone can get to it. It's a dangerous area for our catcher and first baseman. Number 3 is staying alive. Again, Skinner and Fallon will be up. Ball high. Hopefully Taz can stay focused here. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Just throw strikes. Let our defense do the work if they put it in play. Taz hadn't thrown a ton of pitches. This ball is foul again. I'm trying to think of one solidly hit ball by any one of their batters through the lineup. We've only had 3 or 4, one being the bomb by Taz, and there's ball 3 on that outside corner. We got to be careful not to lose her here. We got to go after her. Certainly that's what I hope is being said. No freebies here. And it's going to be ball high. Skinner's going to come to the plate. Nothing, ooh boy, nothing rarely comes good from leadoff walks late in a ball game. Another ball on the outside corner, and they're a threat to steal. Bunting situation. Needs something good to happen here defensively for the Lady Raiders. Strike. Shout out to Miss Sonia Nipper, back home watching this game live. Her daughter is here coaching on the coaching staff of the Marion County Bulldogs. They, in single A, they were defeated in their earlier game this morning, and they will not play until tomorrow morning at, I believe, her daughter told me at 10 a.m. Ball inside, I guess. No outs. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Top of the 7th. Runner at first. Man, we need a big strikeout right here from Taz. And there's a chop to Taz, and everybody's going to be safe. As it comes off her glove, reaches high to stop it. That's one of those plays in which it's just tough. It's probably one that maybe the pitcher should let go through and A.J. make a play on it, possibly getting the force out at second or at least throwing the runner out at first. But it's just a natural reaction for a pitcher to field that position. She reached for the ball and wasn't able to snow cone it and make a play that way. So it's an infield hit by that young lady. But the problem is now we have 2 runners on with no outs. And we have Buckshot coming to the plate. And Carson Fallon. She is the second baseman. And then the catcher would proceed. Number 20, Pook. Followed by Kinsley. Five to 2 still. I believe Rockmart leads Dodge in the 6th inning. Rockmart and Armuchee are in the same region. It's going to be strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. An attempted bunt. Trying to move these runners over with no outs. Need a mistake here. There's a strike over the plate, and maybe that was the mistake for her not attempting to bunt that ball. Quickly 2 strikes. A strikeout here would be, well, not only huge, but it's just needed. We really need an out right here without the runners advancing. Got a time by the third base head coach there as he wants to talk to his batter, make sure they're clear on their signals. And I want to take this opportunity to thank once again Mr. Chris Wilcox from Wilcox Communications, Aloha Tanning Salon, and Lindsay Wilcox, his wife, and Compass 360 Realty, providing the broadband internet service that we have here and brought with us. Again, the connection is not really great here from Columbus, so we're very thankful for having this modem to be able to broadcast live. And here's the pitch. And there's strike 3. He's got – oh, no. We got the ringer. Wow, I hope that don't come back to bite us. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Got to get an out somewhere, and we do it first. Throws her out from her knees as she knocks it down. It's going to be 1 out with runners at second and third. What do? Maybe you put this batter on. Let's get a force at home. You just about have, you almost forced to do that here. I don't know what Coach Poff will do in this situation, but you just about have to put this batter on to create a force at home plate. But we'll see that or a strikeout. Ball just outside. I don't think you can automatically put these batters on. I think you have to throw 4 pitches. This ball is hit to Johnson, and they're going to give up the run. They're going to take the lead. Another run in scoring position. I don't know. I never, again, I don't like to question what coaches do. She's been at it a long time, and any previous coach. But the Lady Raiders trail now 3-2. 2 outs, runner at third, still not out of trouble. This ball is lifted into, it was a line drive caught by the second baseman. The inning's over, but a run comes in. Got to score a run. 1 run lets us keep playing. 2 wins it. We're going to take a quick break, catch our breath. Pop up behind the plate by Clement. First pitch swinging. It's going to be 1 out. The Raiders have to score 1 for this game to be extended, or else we will be forced to play tomorrow in an elimination game at 12 noon against against Dodge County. It appears that Rockmart has just defeated Dodge. Not sure what the final was. The last score we got was 5-2. Gracie Hand now to the plate. Strozier on deck. 1 out. And Gracie's going to pop this one into hopefully no man's land, but right fielder makes the catch. There's 2 outs now. Strozier was a hero for the Lady Raiders a couple weeks ago. Matter of fact, 3 weeks from today. And Jeff Davis with a couple big home runs. She's a little late on that swing, but she has the ability to tie this game up to extend it for the Lady Raiders. Otherwise, we're going to pack it up and be back tomorrow at 12 noon. There's a swing and a miss. Ball outside. Again, she could quieten this crowd and lift our spirits with one swing of the bat. It's not to be. Strike three. The Lady Raiders go down 3-2 in 7 innings in our first game here in the Elite Eight in Columbus, Georgia. Congratulations to this Armuchee team out of Rome, Georgia. Very solid team. They did what they had to do to win, and we weren't able to make anything happen for whatever reason. Again, we're not going to drag this out, but I will say this. I want you to know that tomorrow we'll be broadcasting live at 12 noon from Columbus in an elimination game where we will face Dodge County. And that's that. I want to thank my sponsors once again for helping to provide our way here to Columbus, and that's FNB South, Harper Family, Subway, Wheeler Insurance, the Blueberry Barn, Nichols Pharmacy, Pineland Bank, Burt CPA, and Joel Williams. I want to thank them for being a part of this broadcast, along with Family Vision Care of Alma, Cody Electric and Plumbing Supply, and Mr. Andy Cothran Auto Sales. I want to thank all of them for being a part of this first game and the game tomorrow as well. So we're going to take this time. We're going to, thank you, Raider Nation, for being a part. Yes, we're disappointed, but we have one more game to play to make something happen. We're going to get a chance to get a little revenge against Dodge County, maybe put them out of this thing tomorrow at noon. But, again, we thank you for joining us. Go to the GHSA.net website, and you can find the brackets and take a peek at every team that's playing. And we want to thank you again for joining us, and we're going to see you tomorrow on the broadcast. On behalf of myself, Brent Johnson, Carson Taylor, Johnny Bryant, good evening, and God bless.